Hi there, this is Tracy from Tracing Dreams. Today I'm going to film a haul video of some things that I've picked up for junk journaling. I've been to a couple of local thrift stores this week and a couple of garage sales as well. So let me show you the cool things that I found. So the first couple things I found at one of our local thrift stores here. So I found this Raggedy Andy, the I Can Do It, You Can Do It book. So, and I have I think a Raggedy Ann book that's similar to this, but oh my gosh, I just love this inside. It's a big book and the illustrations are pretty amazing. So I just love the colors. It's a nice book. So yeah, besides a little bit of writing in there and you know, the cover's not in the best of shape, it's not too bad. Copyright 1973. And I found this book there as well. Oops, sorry about that. Gardening Week by Week. So this one I got for these full page images that remind me very much of the Ideals magazine images. That's why I picked it up. This is cool too, the flowers. So yeah, it looks like they have different things for different months and what you should get ready and plant and things. But yeah, these full page images are amazing. Great pages in a journal. Let's see what others they have. That's pretty. Ooh, look at that one. Ooh, I love those too. So yeah, I'm not sure. I want to say this is probably 70s or 80s just because of the style of the photography, but these are beautiful pages. And they're not matte, they're a nice, or they are matte, I'm sorry. They're not shiny. So I will definitely be able to use those. And again, it's Gardening Week by Week by Zena Field. I didn't think it said when it was, I did miss a page here. Nope, sorry. Yeah, I don't think it said when it was made. I didn't see a copyright in here. Just kind of goes right into the January there. The next thing I got from this thrift shop, it looks like somebody started a quilt from maybe a jelly roll. So it has some of these strips in there and you can see it's all wound up here, but then some of them are already sewn together. So I thought that would be great. I can probably use that for maybe a journal cover, journal pockets, that sort of thing. I'm trying to see if any other ones are sewn together. It doesn't look like these are, but I just thought this material with the paisleys was really pretty. So I'll be coordinating fabrics there. And I think I got one more thing at that thrift shop. I got some of these big flashcards. So, and they were blue on the other side. I think I have some that are green, maybe some that are red. I didn't have any that were blue. So, nice big box of them here too. And I happen to be, that thrift store happens to be right next to the Dollar Tree. So I stopped in the Dollar Tree, and our Dollar Trees here, the craft section has not been great. We have two of them near me and I haven't been impressed, but they did have some fabrics, and I found this pretty one here with the green background. And I don't have a ton of fabrics with a green background, so thought that was nice. Let's see what else I have here. I'm gonna go with Well, we'll go with this. My mom and I went to a couple garage sales today, and this one lady had some sewing things for sale. I didn't really care for much of the fabric, but she had a lot of trims and they were very cheap. So like this was 25 cents. So I have lots of eyelet, but I thought this was really pretty. I don't have anything quite like that. And then this was also 25 cents, some lace. And I thought this was really pretty. Can definitely use that on a journal. I got this trim here, black and white daisies. And these little trims on the cards were only 10 cents. Some pretty pink, what would you call it, like baby rickrack, I guess. And then this one here with the oranges and yellow. I thought that was really pretty. Some wide green rickrack, some red rickrack. I thought this was cool too, 10 cents for this woven decorative tape, it says. It's ribbon. I thought this trim was pretty as well. And then I got this trim here. I don't know if you can see that. And then some lace here as well. So, and some of these are like the thicker laces, which is nice. I can use that to make belly bands and things like that on my journal pages. I'm going to show you a thrift haul from yesterday. My kids and I were running some errands, so I talked them into stopping at the local thrift shop real quick. I got these punches. Hopefully they work. I did test them out in the store, but didn't have paper to test them on. But as you can see, they're the different sizes, so you can layer them. And I've never heard of this brand before, but they do look well loved. Like they're probably, it doesn't say like how old they are, but I would say they're possibly vintage at this point. So I got those. I got this 100 best poems for boys and girls, and it has a few little illustrations in here, but also some cute poems. I got one sewing pattern. One thing that really bothers me about my local thrift store is they put the tags on the front. So I usually take my heat gun and carefully peel it off. It doesn't usually rip the paper then, but it will leave a little bit of a sticky residue. But I thought those were cute. This is falling apart on the spine here, but I thought it'd be a good cover once I clean it up for a cinch bound journal. Oh, what's this in the back here? Some very faded stationery there. So got that one. I got two little golden books. This one's Toodle, and it's been colored on a little bit. This isn't old. I mean, the original book was from 1945, but this I'm sure is much newer. So it's from Borders, if you remember Borders back in the day. This is a very well loved, worn Alice in Wonderland book. I wouldn't normally pick this up, except that the inside is in great condition, so I can definitely use those pages. So the cover, though, probably not. It's not in the best of condition. I also found this Birds of America book, and this I think is from the Audubon Society, and the images in here are just so cool. I mean, these are like frame worthy. My grandpa, when I was growing up, had a few Audubon prints in his house that I thought were just really cool. I think my brother has them now, but yeah, that's what this reminds me of. Then I also got this atlas, and this was at, my kids and I stopped at the library, and they have a used book area that you can purchase books, and this was in that area. It's upside down. And they had several atlases, but I liked the maps in this one the best. Try and get to the maps there. So I loved how the counties there in the state are outlined in different colors. I thought that was cool. Try and see when this one was made. 1978. So yeah, they had some newer ones there, and the maps in them were just not as vintage looking, I guess is what the word I was looking for. Then my mom and I, the whole reason we went out this morning is there was a sale very close to their house that said it had some antiques and vintage items. There were no pictures though, so we just kind of took a chance. And I did find a few cool things. So I got this box of maps for $5, and some of them look kind of vintage. So these are, that says 1966 on it. This one, I don't know how old this one is, but definitely from the cover it looks vintage. And we have these. This one says 67, 1968. This one says 1961 on it. Somebody really liked to write their dates on the maps, which I appreciate. That's cool. So New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Wisconsin, Eastern United States, Arkansas. So it looks like mostly from like late 60s, early 70s, Alabama and Mississippi, Kentucky, Tennessee, Illinois, Indiana and Georgia, Western United States, Wisconsin, Chicago. So, you know, for $5, this was a pretty good deal, I think. Eastern United States, Wisconsin, Michigan. Oh my gosh, there's still more. Indiana, Indianapolis, Minnesota, a couple Western United States, Minnesota. Looks like that was the bag maybe they purchased them in. So yeah, I thought that was a really good find. Then, hang on, I gotta move a couple things out of the way here so I can show you this. So this was like a box lid, like a paper box lid, like copy paper box, and is full of ephemera for $5. And they had some other boxes that were full of ephemera, like maybe 2 others that were pricier, so I didn't get those, but from what I saw, I liked the stuff better anyway. But yeah, there's some old soup. Oh, I love this. So cute. Love the old ads. Some from Kellogg's. This is so pretty. I love this. On the back, they have the Gold Dust washing powder, the Gold Dust one. So this was mounted on a piece of paper. Maybe it was framed at one point. Needlecraft magazine. Lots of little ads in here. Oh, that is so pretty. I love that. Very cool. Campbell's soup. It looks like something was cut out of that. That's okay. And this one was torn at some point. Oh, these are so pretty. More of this Needlecraft magazine. Another one. Unfortunately, someone colored on that with crayons. And somebody colored these with crayons too. I don't know what they were thinking. But that's really pretty. I love that. So cool. Got a scooter. You see that? The baby. Let's see what's in this. Oh. Okay. Okay, not gonna show that because it is a notification of birth registration. So there's some personal, maybe some personal information in that as well. Here's a couple of postcards. That looks like a band. It's very cool. Another band. Another one. That looks like a play. It's cute. It's an envelope, empty envelope. This looks like music. Yep. Some more ads. And this pretty page here. We love this one too. Another needlecraft one. Let's see if it says February 1927. Very cool. Look at that. Cello. So I don't know what you guys do with these really big magazine pages, but if you have any ideas, let me know. I mean, obviously I could make a large journal, although most of these would need to be backed on something because they are a bit fragile. But I just love the ads. Oh, that's cool. More, yeah, it looks like most of these are from Needlecraft magazines. There's some pictures there and a couple more ads. So yeah, that was definitely worth it. Oh, and this little pretty piece there, I can use that on something. Okay, and I saved one more thing for the end here. So for $5, I got this big jar, pickle jar full of old buttons. Sorry about the noise. I'm gonna look through them here and see what we got. There's a few button cards in there. But yeah, there's some unique ones in here. Love this vintage plastic one. Got that one, little flower. I think some of these might need to be cleaned. There are some really fun buttons in here. So what do you guys do with all your buttons? Do you have any specific crafts and things that you like to do with them? I like to make little fabric clusters and put a pretty button on there to hold it together. This one's cool too. Clear one. Oh, there's lots of cool buttons in here. Look at those. They're a little dusty. Probably gonna need to do some washing. That's nice. The plastic ones should wash up pretty well. I think those are my favorite. Love those. There's not really a lot of, you know, plain old buttons in here. There's a lot of different, they all have something a little different. But yeah, as soon as I saw, because there were a lot of people there right away first thing in the morning, and I think some of them were antique dealers and that, and as soon as I saw a jar full of buttons for $5, I picked it up because they are definitely more than that. When I go to the antique stores or thrift stores, any of those places, especially unique ones like these. Yeah, so we'll definitely wash some of these up and then maybe show you guys again what some of the cool ones look like. So thank you so much for joining me today for my thrift haul, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.